Good afternoon, everybody. A warm welcome to the awards of the European Road Safety Charter. We are very pleased to see you all. As we are a hybrid event, we would like to ask you to reduce the noise by switching your mobile phone. Pictures will be taken, so if anybody has some objections, please raise your hand, so our photographer will take this into account. We have 2 safety instructions. The fire exit is over there, and the toilets are over there. I'll pass over the word now to our chair of the event, Matthew Baldwin.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is an absolute pleasure and a delight to be with you today for the European Road Safety Charter Award ceremony for Excellence in Road Safety 2021. My name is Matthew Baldwin. I'm from the European Commission's Department for Mobility, and I have the honor to be the EU's Road Safety Coordinator and the double honor to be hosting you here today. We are hybrid this afternoon, which means that we are online. Hello, everybody online. Great to be with you. We also have a small but noisy, as you've heard, and rather energetic crowd at the Tricoterie. We are at the Tricoterie, gritty but glamorous venue, as I'm sure you'd agree, in Saint-Gilles, in downtown Brussels. And as I said, we are online with over 150 people joining us from right across Europe. And if you miss it the first time, or if your friends and family want to watch it with you, or you just want to watch it again, you can see so. You can see it because the event is being recorded. These annual awards give us a wonderful opportunity to recognize just how much the European Road Safety Charter's community of members have contributed towards our common goal of Vision Zero for road safety across Europe. This is the 17th year of those awards. We've seen some fantastic projects over the years, and they serve as great examples of best practice, but they also help build bridges. I mean, here we have with us representatives from the road safety community from right across Europe. And they build these bridges between the many groups who are affected by road safety and road trauma. So I'm really pleased to join with you today to celebrate these achievements and to learn about some of the best road safety initiatives across Europe. We've had nearly 100 entries this year, which is terrific. My thanks go to all of you who've nominated your projects. Thanks also to the jury, who've spent a lot of time to sift through them and come up with the short list of nominees that you're going to be hearing about this evening. I don't want to spoil the suspense, but many of you may know that 2022 is going to be the European Year of Youth. So I'm particularly pleased that so many of the nominated projects address road safety issues affecting young people, which is both timely and correct, because road trauma is, I'm sad to say, the biggest global killer of young people across the world. And the powerful and the growing road safety youth NGOs are signaling more than ever before that enough is enough. So that's an interesting trend to pick up, the youth issues for the future. But last but not least, thanks are really due to our friends and partners at the European Road Safety Charter. You've done an amazing job in refreshing and relaunching the ERSC platform. I've heard a lot of positive feedback from many members of the community for all your efforts. If you're watching online, if you want to find out more about the ERSC, please check it out. It's on https://roadSafetyCharter.ec.europa.eu, and we're posting that into the chat on Hopin so that you can have a look if you're interested to follow up and join in with the activities of the ERSC. Quick run through of our busy agenda this afternoon. In just a moment, we're going to have a keynote speech from Adina Vălean, the European Commissioner for Transport and my boss. We're then going to move on to the announcement of the first 2 awards for the Best Enterprises and the Best Schools and Universities Awards. We're going to have another speech then from Todd, the President of the FIA and the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety. Then we'll move to the announcement of the 3rd and 4th awards of the associations and local and public authority awards. And then we're going to have a bit of fun. We're going to go interactive. We're going to invite you to vote for one of the 4 award winners tonight as the overall winner of the 𝐂𝐚𝐽 Prize. It's going to be the People's Choice Award, if you will, and you will be choosing that online. Then we're going to have, or whilst you're choosing that online, we'll be having a panel discussion between each of the category winners, or our 4 lucky winners. And finally, we're going to have a closing address and the announcement of the winner of this year's 𝐂𝐽𝐽 Award by Eleanor Kuntura, MEP, and we're very delighted that she'll be joining us as well. Online participants, we're not going to forget about you. You can join in, you can pose questions using the event Q&A on the Hopin site that you've entered this event with. If you're looking at your screens, and I know you are, the Q&A is on the right-hand side of the screen as you're looking at it. And those questions will then be relayed to us by the wonderful team we have here so that we can answer them online as we go to the Q&A session. So without any further ado, let's get cracking. It's my great pleasure at this point to introduce our first keynote speaker, Adina Vălean, the European Commissioner for Transport.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to address you this evening. It gives me an opportunity to acknowledge the road safety community's dedication and commitment to achieve Vision Zero. We are making progress. Last year, we saw an unprecedented fall in road accident fatalities, down 17% compared with 2019. Granted, this was mainly due to lower traffic volumes as a result of COVID pandemic, but crashes still killed an estimated 18,800 people in the European Union in 2020, and that is 18,800 too many. Shared responsibility is sometimes used as an argument to avoid taking individual action. In road safety, shared responsibility is, however, at the core of our safe system approach. We all have an interest in making our roads safer, and we all have a role to play. It is a true partnership. We need to mobilize all available tools, improve road user behavior, step up vehicle and infrastructure safety, and deliver better post-crash care. On the regulatory side, the General Safety Regulation and the Road Infrastructure Safety Management Directive both improve vehicle and road infrastructure safety. We are also planning to update current rules on driving licenses, on roadworthiness testing, and on cooperation between member states on road safety penalties. None of these measures, alone or in combination, will be the silver bullet that makes our roads safe, but each will take us closer to our objective. I'm happy to see that the winners of the 2020 Road Safety Award represent a wide range of organizations, public authorities, civil society, education, and businesses. I would like to ask you all to make sure that today is not an end point, but rather a starting point. Please share the enthusiasm that I'm sure you can feel in the room today. Please also share your experiences, starting with other members of the European Road Safety Charter and your national ministries and agencies. I want others to learn from your success, to be inspired. Ultimately, I want to reach an even greater audience and to save more lives. I confirm my total commitment to the road safety cause, and I'm not alone. National policymakers are all working towards Vision Zero and its intermediate milestone of halving death and serious injuries by 2030. The Valletta Declaration, the Commission's Sustainable and Smart Mobility Strategy, and more recently, the European Parliament report by Mrs. Contura all confirm our continued and firm commitment to road safety. Nobody questions the goal of 0 deaths and serious injuries on roads by 2050. Now, let's make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Commissioner, for those wise and welcome words. But it's worth, I think, just pausing for a second on the numbers that you mentioned there, because today, in fact, we are publishing the final figures for 2020 on road fatalities, and Commissioner, you've just given them. The numbers are, on the face of it, very good. We're down 17% on the 2019 figures, but we have to remember, of course, that 2020 was the year of COVID, although we continued to struggle on. That was when we saw the traffic levels really drop, and the fatality drop was less than proportionate to the sharp fall in traffic levels across the EU. The other slightly somber note I need to stress is that the preliminary figures for the first 6 months of 2021 suggest that the numbers of fatalities are going up again. So if there's anyone out there that thinks that our job is nearly done on road safety, it is not the moment to be complacent. Our work lies ahead of us. And hence the importance, I think, of these awards. And now perhaps is the moment. Oh, sorry, before I forget, if you're interested to see more about those statistics, I think, Sarah, we're posting that into the chat as well, so you can have a look at those statistics as we discuss them. So let's move on to the awards. That's the fun part of our work on road safety. And our first awards is for enterprises. The private sector is sometimes forgotten about as one of the key elements of road safety. And I want to remind you that we accept applications from all different kinds of businesses. This year we've received applications from insurance companies, from technology developers, consultancies and more, but there's no limit to the categories. And to the shortlist. First on our shortlist is Interpolis from the Netherlands. This project tackles the issue of teenagers using their mobile phones whilst riding their bikes. And it made a very big impact in the Netherlands through an emotional story that was very well portrayed in a music video and accompanying documentary. Our second nominee is Netan Solutions Sl from Spain. This initiative aims to protect drivers who need to leave their vehicle following a crash or a breakdown. And their very clever help flash solution uses the V16 light signal, which is much easier to see than reflective triangles, thereby helping to protect the driver and any passengers from passing traffic. Our third nominee is PKP, I'm going to struggle with this name, PKP Polskie Linie Kolejowe, which is, to the rest of us, the Polish rail infrastructure management company from Poland, who've launched a wonderful social media campaign called Safe Railroad Level Crossings. And it's focused, as the name implies, on tackling the high incidence of crashes on railway crossings and the lack, sadly, of compliance with railway track safety rules. And our last nominee is Tier Mobility, which is an EU-wide platform, an initiative aimed to tackle drinking whilst riding an e-scooter by using an anti-drink driving app, which is active between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, which are, as we know, days when people are known to have a drink. And if users have been drinking, a notification directs them to book a taxi via a free Now app. So big congratulations and a huge round of applause for all our short-listed initiatives. Thank you very much. And the winner is, I'm learning from TV how to do a big pause here. The winner is Interpolis from the Netherlands. Congratulations again to Interpolis. And I'm delighted at this page to invite Miget Ossen to join me on the stage. Miget, please. Great. And why don't you say a few words?
Okay. Thank you very much, ERSC, for this wonderful, wonderful recognition of our work. We're very happy because we really want to work on road safety as an insurance company. So it's wonderful. Thank you so much. And also to all my team members who are at home behind their laptops. Thank you guys, we did it. Wonderful. I also like to thank, which is maybe a bit crazy, but the company where I work, Interpolis, for having an eye for these issues and giving us the resources to work on this. I really am very happy. I am also very happy because Interpolis is part of a bigger company named Achmea, and they have also decided to have road safety in their vision. So we're very happy that we can contribute for much more people in the Netherlands for this issue. Thank you very much.
Congratulations again, Miget, and I'm sure you're up for a raise after having mentioned your company so nicely as well. So thank you very much. And our second award now, I'm very pleased to announce our second category from schools and universities. This category covers applications from any kind of education institution, primary and secondary schools, universities, research centres. And again, we have a glowing shortlist. First on my list is Fundatia Siguranta Auto from Spain. This project offers practical training in the safe use of electric scooters and skateboards and personal mobility vehicles to reduce crashes, targeting young people, again, aged 16 and over. In addition to driving training, it uses simulation goggles to replicate the experience of alcohol consumption. Second nomination is the MDRK Trusted Advisor Group from Poland. This company offers solutions for designing, operating, and constructing road tunnels in order to reduce the number of crashes and other emergencies that sadly happen from time to time in road tunnels. And third is the NTUA Road Safety Observatory from Greece, a long-time friend of the European Road Safety Charter. The NTUA Road Safety Observatory supports the Greek and international road safety communities by conducting research and providing road safety knowledge and data for policymakers and local communities. Join me once again, friends, in giving a big round of applause to all of our shortlisted initiatives. And the winner is... it's Fundatia Siguranta Auto. Whoa! Wonderful. All congratulations to the Fundatia Siguranta Auto, and I'm delighted to invite Eduardo Colel to join me on the podium.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you very much for this award. Sorry for my English, but I want to congratulate the two other finalists from Greece and from Poland, and I want to thank you, also, my team from Spain, from the Fundatia Siguranta Auto, for this award. Also to my family and to our collaborators Fundación Ibercaja, Ayuntamiento de Zaragoza, Mobility City, SPIN, Revi, Birth. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you very much. All our congratulations to you, Eduardo. Thank you for that lovely speech. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our second keynote speaker. Again, will be familiar to many of you. It's Todd, who's president of the Fédération Internationale d'Automobile and he's also the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety. And Jean has kindly sent us the following pre-recorded message.
Dear colleagues and friends, it is my pleasure to join you today and congratulate the winners of the Excellence in Road Safety Awards for 2021. As the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety, I have met with hundreds of high-level officials, including 28 heads of states in more than 90 countries. Each time, I encourage increased investment in road safety, national and regional effort for priority areas, and consideration of accession to UN dedicated conventions. It has always been a distinct privilege to meet and engage with organizations such as yours. The Excellence in Road Safety Awards recognize your contributions towards the common goal of improved road safety across Europe. I commend you for your hard work and efforts. Thanks to everyone who applied. Each of the projects presented has the potential to save lives on the road. I also wish to express my continued support for the EU's efforts to promote road safety, particularly its strategies that take the safe system approach to reach Vision Zero. Lastly, I want to encourage all participants to vote in the Jacques Barrot Public Choice Award, which will follow the main award presentations. Thank you to the European Road Safety Charter's community of members for its ambitious and inspirational work. Have a great ceremony, and I hope to see you soon.
Thank you very much indeed, Jean Todd, and thank you for visiting Brussels recently to promote your wonderful safety helmets initiative, which has certainly attracted the attention of our commissioner. So without any further ado, we can now move on to our third category, which is associations. This category comprises applications from NGOs, all kinds of civil society organizations, and road safety groupings. And it's a great moment for us to remember how much we owe to NGOs for all the helpful pressure they to apply to us in government to do the right thing on road safety. So let me read out quickly the short list of nominees. First on my list is ASELEMI from Spain. Their campaign, slogan, "If you control, you come back," aims to educate young people who might be experiencing peer pressure to drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, or travel in a car with an intoxicated driver. Interesting scheme. Second nominee, Association Prévention Routière from France. Together with their partner, Groupe Renault Corporate Foundation, they aim to raise awareness of road safety hazards and the appropriate behavior through an international platform for road safety called Road for Us. The website, and particularly the accessible illustrations, are designed to be understandable regardless of language right across the world. And our third nominee is the Fundatia Siguranta Auto, Copii, which is the Child Car Safety Foundation from Romania. This organization aims to tackle the low percentage of children who are appropriately restrained or protected in cars in Romania. The National Children Care Safety Caravan offers parents, caregivers, and children free car safety classes and car seat installation instructions. The project also rents free baby seats to new parents and recycles used car seats to transform into children's furniture. Let's once again give a big round of applause to all our shortlisted initiatives. And I could get used to this. The winner is, big pause, Fundatia Siguranta Auto, Copii from Romania. Wonderful. Congratulations again to the FSAC, and it's my great pleasure to invite to the stage to collect the trophy Alice Mihela Mitu. And your trophy.
Thank you.
Delighted. Come a bit closer. Are we? That's good. Thank you. Why don't you say a few words?
I'm more than honored and thrilled to be here and to receive this prize on behalf of Children Car Safety Foundation and the Rotary Club 𝐂𝐚𝐼, who developed this project in Romania, a country that many of you know for the famous football players like 𝐂𝐚𝐫 or gymnasts like Nadia Comaneci, and famous tennis player as Simona Halep. But a country that you know as well as being there present on the first place for many, many years in terms of road fatalities, and are fortunately road fatalities among the most vulnerable road users, the children passengers. That was the reason that motivated our joint efforts of Children Car Safety Foundation and Rotary Club 𝐂𝐚𝐼 to work together and to develop a project through which we aim to bring more 𝐂𝐚𝐫, Simona Halep and Nadia Comaneci to protect these lives that everybody, not just Romania, needs to be among us. We need all these children one day to become the doctor, the engineer, the football player that it's known and renowned for their talent and effort. We do not want to be there for statistics. Thank you so much.
A wonderful video, wonderful award, and a really timely reminder again in the European Year of Youth 2022 that we need to protect children everywhere, inside the car and of course outside the car as well. It's a great pleasure to be able now to announce our fourth category, which goes to local and public authorities. This category aims to reward the great work that local and other public authorities are doing to increase road safety in their communities. If you like, for road safety, we have to think globally and we have to act locally. The shortlist. First on my list is Cork County Council in Ireland. This project features a learning tool called the Road Safety Virtual Reality Education Model. What this does is give young people the experience of what it's like to engage in risky road behavior, and it's been shown to make a very strong impression on participants who joined in the program. Second nomination goes to the Regional Directorate of Education in Madeira in Portugal. This project aims to reduce road crashes through educating school children, teachers and other school staff, as well as parents and guardians, on the consequences and the costs of road crashes. And thirdly, another finalist from Ireland, this time it's Transport Infrastructure Ireland, and a more technical project this time, a new standard that was developed to help inspection engineers to ensure compliance with road safety inspections. Those are our three nominees. Let's give them a big, loud round of applause. But the winner of our fourth award tonight goes to Cork County Council. Oh. That's a sobering video, but delighted to invite to the podium to accept on behalf of Cork County Council, Councillor Seamus McGraw.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is a huge honour to be here today to accept this prestigious award on behalf of Cork County Council. I would like to thank all those involved in the European Road Safety Charter Excellence in Road Safety Awards. We began using virtual reality headsets in late 2018 as a way of connecting with young drivers. The VR experience immerses the user in a 360-degree simulation of a fatal crash from the perspective of a front seat passenger. The pilot programme called Your Life, Your Choice involved over 1,200 students from Cork County and was spearheaded by our road safety officer, Caroline Casey. Since then, the programme has rolled out across the entire county, reaching over 10,000 students to date. This programme is a perfect example of how technology is helping change young people's behaviour and make our roads safer. It is primarily targeted at younger drivers, or those who will soon be young drivers, aged 15 and over, who are among the most vulnerable road users. Passenger fatalities are highest in this age group, as we all know. That is why the VR headsets put the user in the passenger seat so that they can experience the reality of a serious crash in a safe way. It worked, with 88% of participants saying they would change their attitude and behaviour after taking part in the experience. They began thinking about speeding, using mobile phones while driving, wearing a seatbelt, driver distraction issue and other issues and other safety issues. Your Life, Your Choice is a success thanks to a collaboration of a number of different agencies, support and guidance from all those agencies. In particular, I would like to thank West Cork Community Gardaí, part of the Irish Police Force, Leicestershire Fire and Rescue Service, Aviva Insurance Company, and of course Cork County Council's Road Safety Office. Again, I would like to thank all those involved in the European Road Safety Charter. It is a great honour for us to be here today and to accept this award, and thank you very much.
Fantastic. Congratulations again to all our 4 winners. And these 4 winners are now going to be coming under consideration for the Jacques Barrault Award. And it's my huge pleasure to introduce someone all of you here and many of you online will know very well indeed, Claire Dupré, the head of unit of our road safety unit. Claire.
Thank you, Matthew. It's a very great pleasure of mine to introduce the Public Choice Prize, the Jacques Barrault Award. This prize is there every year since 2016. It's a special prize. It is selected by the audience of the Charter Awards ceremony. It is a prize very close to my heart because it is dedicated to Jacques Barrault, one of our former Commissioner for Transport. And having worked very closely with him, I remember him as a man full of energy and certainly an ardent supporter of road safety. Many road safety initiatives were actually launched under his mandate. The Charter, launched in 2014, sees his keen interest in all the aspects of the Charter since the beginning, during his time as Commissioner, but also well beyond until his passing in 2014. Mr. Barrault's wife, Béatrice Barrault, could not be with us today. I know how much she would have liked to be with us. So Béatrice, un tout petit peu de patience, you will be with us next year for the next edition. But so, the Jacques Barrault Prize is always the result of a public vote. It will be awarded to one of the 4 winners recognized today. So I invite you to all in the room with us online to join us to participate to the vote. So you have all the indication on the screen. You have to go in the room online to menti.com on a browser, on your phone, tablet, or laptop. Enter password 47441323, and then you will be able to vote on one of the 4 initiatives, choosing the one that best deserves the Jacques Barrot Prize. So, voting will be open for the next 20 minutes, the time that each of us can vote. We have more to come, and I will give back the floor to Matthew to run the show until we are able to announce the next winner.
Great. Maybe we could keep briefly on screen those who didn't manage to take it down quickly enough. There we are, www.menti.com. 47441323 is the code to choose from one of our brilliant award winners. We thought we'd find some to fill the time whilst you all vote, and as Claire said, you have about 20 minutes to cast your votes. We thought it'd be interesting to hear a bit more from each of our 4 winners. So perhaps I could invite up on to join us on stage here Miguel from Interpolis, Alice from the Fundatia Siguranta Auto, Copii, Eduardo from the Fundación 𝐒𝐚𝐿, and John Slattery, who's the Chief Engineer from Cork County Council. Please join us up on stage. Great. So, questions from the audience. We have the chance to have questions from the online audience, and they'll be handed to me as we get them. Anyone have a question for us from the audience right here? Yes, please, over here. Shout it out and I'll read it back.
Question for Interpolis. It's a striking project. How do you come up with the content of the final video? We saw that the singer then got experiences from the social media. How did you get from these experiences to the final storyline?
So just I'll repeat the question so that the people online could hear it. The question was, how did you come up with the content for the video that we saw earlier? And we saw in the video, I'm told, a very famous singer, which I'm too old to know who it was, but Sneller, who used his social media channels to correct the real stories, if you like, from accidents caused by phone use. So how did you then, from all of that, choose the final storyline? I think that's what the question's about. Miguel.
Well, that was a very good remark, Matthew, by saying that you don't know this singer because it's not in your age group.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
You said it yourself. Everybody here knows that it's very, very difficult to reach young people. They don't see any danger in anything they do. That's because of the stage they are in. So we were really thinking, what can we do? How can we reach them? Really difficult. So this Snelle, he was a rising star in Holland, and all the children aged 12 to 18 were very much a fan of his. And he also is a very, very nice person, because we started to talk to him on this issue. He didn't know the issue, so he said, well, I will ask my followers how they, what they think about it.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of conversations with youngsters, with many, many sad stories. People trying to be professional sportsmen whose career ended when they had an accident on their bicycle while using their phone. So what story do you choose from all these stories? You can go from different angles, but one of the things young people experience is their first love. Do you remember your first love? Yes, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's very important in growing up. So we thought when we choose this story, we can really connect to those kids who don't care about using their phone on the bike, but they will care about a first love. So that's why we chose that story. Does it answer your question?
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you very much. It is striking to me just how many people from the celebrity community, if you whether pop stars or sports people, are ready to come forward and lend their names to road safety, and it's hugely valuable. And more of it, please, if you're watching. So sorry. Any other questions out here for our panel? Yes, please. One more from the audience here. For the Cork County Council, yes. Stand up and call it out.
How did you work with the company sponsor Aviva for
So again, for those listening online, the question is, how did it work? Because you mentioned or the councillor mentioned in his speech, they're working closely with the corporate sponsor Aviva. How did that go? And my question also be, how did you come up with the precise storyline involving, frankly, the horrific pictures you showed in the video? And last, I'm sorry, I'm throwing more things at you. What about the impact that not just the numbers of people who've seen it, but the reactions you've been getting from the video? John Slattery.
Sure. Thank you for your question, and thank you, Matthew. Matthew, you mentioned earlier the importance of private sector buy-in into addressing the issue of fatality on public roads, and that's something Cork County Council recognised at an early stage. So we reached out to the private insurance market in Ireland, and one of the biggest players, Aviva, reciprocated, and they came in full square behind us on this particular project. I think the immediacy and the realism of the virtual reality educational process struck them. So they came in behind Cork County Council for the pilot project, which we rolled out to 500 students in secondary level, students between 15 and 18 years of age. And the success of that pilot encouraged Aviva to continue their support of the programme beyond the pilot and into a national rollout. So not only did Aviva pay for the pilot in Cork County, they've also paid for the purchase of VR headsets for the rollout of the programme nationally. So it's been a huge success, and as Seamus mentioned in his speech, 88% of the children who have experienced the VR educational programme, they have indicated it has changed their attitudes and their behaviour, and that's something they can take through their entire motoring life, with hopefully a corresponding reduction in road fatalities in the jurisdiction. Yeah,
that's fascinating. I mean, so much we talk about in road safety, trying to introduce the spirit of partnership, and right there you have it between the county council, driven by your road safety officers, I think we learned earlier, picking on this issue and then finding a partner with a real interest in it, and the insurance industry, I think, is becoming more and more involved in road safety, and producing this, as I say, horrific but brilliant video. Thank you very much, John. Extremely interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you're all voting busily online. This is the moment for you to choose this year's Jacques Barrault Award. So once again, www.menti.com, and the passcode is 47441323, 47441323, and you can pick this year's Jacques Barrault Prize. Any more questions, please? Yes, please, go ahead. Call it out.
For our Romanian colleagues, could you tell us about how you worked, again, this issue of partnership, how you worked with the other entities involved, with the Rotary Club that you mentioned, with the local and regional authorities, how that worked for you?
So the question again for those listening online is picking up the same spirit of partnership we just heard from Cork County Council, how you work with the local Rotary clubs, and then, I'm sorry, the last piece was how you worked, and how did you work with the local authorities online? Alice.
Unexpectedly well. So each time when we target a certain city where we plan to come with a caravan, we are trying to find resources from the volunteers, from the local Rotary and clubs, and also from Rotaract, the young and enthusiastic age group from Rotary, that are coming with ideas and support, such as the impact crash simulator, that it's very, it demonstrates what we want to point out to the parents, that the fact that the child is safe only in a car seat and never in the lap of the parent. So that's the way how we convince the one that are non-believers that the car seat, it's really the solution for saving the life of a baby and a child. And regarding the local authorities, the members of the road traffic police are always supporting and coming with us in the caravan and explaining to the parents that one of the main reasons why the statistic in their town, in their region, is so high is that the fact that the parents did not use a child restraint system when the car crash was produced. And they explain not only from the point of view of a police officer, but also from the point of view of a parent, because most of them are parents, and they explain to the other parents that it's nothing more horrific to a police officer and a parent that to make the report of a crash with children victims. And this is really something that changed the mindset of a parent. And then we have the support of the first responders who are teaching the parents, who are training the parents how to react in case that they are involved in a car crash with children, or if they are witnessing such car crash as road participants, traffic participants, how to support, how to help the victims, and what to do. So all these partners are very supporting and coming with us in each place that the caravan is traveling.
It's a fantastic story. That's really interesting. I mean, again, we didn't plan it this way, but each of the winners in their own way is encapsulating the same spirit of partnership and working with the government side and pulling things together. And an exemplary story and a fascinating video, I'm sure you'd agree. Any more questions? Have we got one perhaps for our Spanish winners? Yes, one more from the floor. So call it up.
Yeah, very interesting project. But can you tell us more about the tracks you have set up, about the training course of the e-scooters? If this project can be also, for example, schoolyard?
So again, once again, the question for people online was very interesting project. Can you tell us a bit more about the track that you set up for the training course for the safe use of e-scooters? And I think the question was, could you then deliver this training, for example, in a school playground and replicate this? Eduardo.
This is something new. It's a part very important of the new mobility, and I have some notice from Spain.
Sorry about that. Sorry, Eduardo.
Sorry. Some notice from Spain. I think the rest of Europe, I don't know, but in Spain, for example, accidents with electric scooters in Spain increased by 31.6% during 2020. There have been more than 1,000 accidents with scooters, with 109 people seriously injured and six dead.
We lost the mic. We keep going, and I can repeat it so that people can hear online.
And six dead. Hello? This one? Yeah. 109 people seriously injured and 6 dead in Spain. On urban roads in Spain, 8 of 10 deaths are vulnerable users, pedestrians, drivers of scooters, bicycles, and motorcycles. 48 of users under 34 years in Spain don't have a driving license. Therefore, they have not received training on driving, road safety, and circulation on urban roads. This is a problem. The people in Spain need training, and formation.
Extremely interesting. I mean, it's an issue we all have to be thinking about, new forms of mobility. The roads we have in Europe are dynamic places. We have new vehicles of all kinds. And the only thing I'm sure of is that we don't know what mobility is going to be like in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. The only thing I know is we have to keep everybody safe. And the numbers you just gave, Eduardo, are worth repeating. 31% increase in crashes in 2020 in Spain. That's a total of 1,000 crashes, of whom 109 people were seriously injured. And for those of you who don't know the SAFE system, it's the deaths and the serious injuries we really want to focus on. And now we're hearing a big number coming from e-scooters. I can only say, Eduardo, that this is an issue very much on the radar screen of Commissioner Vălean, the Commissioner responsible for road safety in the European Commission. She's very concerned about this, and it's something we're going to take a very close look at. And if I also might add, was back to partnership, we're working very closely with the member states, and I'm sure we'd be delighted to hear the experiences of Zaragoza as well in bringing all this forward. So we didn't design this to be a speech about road safety, but we're finding, I think, we're connecting up a lot of the different dots about the issues of concern. But there's one word that comes back to me through all of this. It is indeed partnership. I'm looking to the back of the room. Have we got a winner? Are we close? Have we got another question? Yes.
I have a question from the online audience.
Yes, Thomas, please.
So this is more of a comment, and I think it might be addressed more to you, Matthew.
Oh.
So the comment is, it would be good to see stronger actions against the dangers of car traffic on communities. Hopefully we see some initiatives of speed reduction, infrastructure, stricter rules and enforcement.
Okay. I'm very happy to answer that from the perspective of the Commission. Would anyone on the panel like to go first to comment on that? So the question was, it's good to see, it would be good to see stronger action against, no, so just remind me, Thomas, on the first part of the question.
It would be good to see stronger actions against the dangers of car traffic on communities.
Dangers of car traffic, yes. Dangers of car traffic on communities, and more action on speed in relation to infrastructure and enforcement. Anybody like to comment on that? John, and then we hear from Antopolis.
Hey, Matthew. Yeah, that's a very good point. And I think it's fair to say that in Ireland, anyway, at least, and in Cork County Council, we're very active in rolling out measures, active travel measures in urban communities to protect vulnerable road users like cyclists and pedestrians. Measures like reducing carriageway width to slow down vehicular traffic speed, tightening junction radii, narrowing entrances to estates, controlled and uncontrolled pedestrian crossings. All these measures are being imposed, and Seamus, the Deputy Mayor for Cork County, Seamus represents the largest urban centre in Cork. It's called Carrigaline. And only recently we've just completed a scheme in Carrigaline on the Ballinray Road, which is a road close to a new schools campus with 1,600 students occupying that campus. And the scheme involves improved cycle and footpath facilities and improved pedestrian connectivity in order to encourage new generation of Irish kids to take up active travel and get it embedded in their psyche at an early age and get away from private car usage if possible. So we're very active in Cork County Council in that respect.
Interesting. Glad to hear you're acting on that locally. Miket. The curse of the microphones.
Yes, thank you. I gave my mic away to Spain. Very happy. What I was thinking when you mentioned this, like speed and infrastructure, I think it's good that all parties have their things to do. For example, as an insurance company, we are now experimenting with an app that can help drivers to drive more safely. So speeding, we know, is very dangerous. And we just did a test. And what we saw was that when people use this, call it a coach, they, in a few months' time, they start to drive more safe. They really reduce their speed. So that's wonderful. I don't think it's the only thing we should do, but with legislation, with the police looking at it, and with other parties trying to help people to change their behavior, I think we should get there. Yeah, in a combination.
Interesting, and again, a good example of an insurance company showing interest in this specific topic. Thomas, I think you said the question was also aimed at me, so maybe I should say a word about it. We're very conscious of road safety at the local level, and then you look at the numbers, the people who die on our roads in cities, 70% of them are vulnerable road users, pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists. And so we have to take that into account. And again, we had that wonderful scheme from Romania about encouraging the use of car seats for children inside the car. We also, I think, need to think about children outside the car. You know, a child that steps carelessly off a curb should not be punished by death for this mistake. We have to find a way to make our public roads safe for all road users. A couple of things that the Commission has been doing and looking at. I'm very pleased to say that yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I believe, we published the technical rules for final entry into force of our intelligent speed assistance, which will provide drivers with a prompt, a strong prompt, and about the speed they're going. And if they're exceeding the speed limit, they'll have to take an active decision to continue to do so. Otherwise, their car will be braked. This will be mandatory on all new cars all new models of new cars from 2022 and all new cars from 2024 sold all the way across the European Union. And I think this is a very important initiative. Secondly, you mentioned speed and asked what the Commission is doing about that. As we've already announced in our sustainable and smart mobility strategy, we're thinking about whether we should come forward with some form of recommendations or guidance on that. But it would be impossible for us not to have noticed how many towns and cities across Europe are introducing 30-kilometer speed limits for all sorts of reasons, including for road safety. So thanks for that question, whoever answered. One more, I think, Thomas. Yeah.
Two more questions, actually, from the online audience
Yep.
here. So one which is addressed to Eduardo is the viewer is very interested in your education work for e-scooters. So they want to know where they can find more information, particularly about the length of the education, how many hours, and what is the cost.
So Eduardo, I'm not sure you heard the question. I'll repeat it again for people online. Very interested in the education for users of e-scooters. Where can they get more information about this, and is it available online? Eduardo.
The formation is in 2 hours. It's 1 hour theoretical training and 1 hour is practical training. The people in Spain, they know they don't know the signals, and in the theoretical practice we show them the signals, the rules. Sorry for my English.
You're doing great, Eduardo. Keep going. It's magnificent.
And in the practice, they go in a virtual city with signals, and they go with the scooters. Sorry.
No, don't worry. That's very clear. I mean, what you said is very interesting. So for just in 2 hours, 1 hour on theoretical and 1 hour on practical training, you've discovered that you can convey a lot of I mean, that's remarkable. If you think of how many people are picking up a scooter and going without any training whatsoever out into the traffic, as you said, often without a driving license, so not having a sort of road sense. In 2 hours, you think you can do a lot of the training. That's very interesting and encouraging. You had one more, I think, Thomas.
Yeah, one more question, and this is addressed to Alice Mitu. And the question is, they're very interested in the car seat recycling and how this out-of-the-box thinking has helped to raise awareness.
With this project, we actually aim to tackle two sensitive things. First, it's encouraging parents to continue using the car seat, to go to the next category and not to stop at 3 years old age. And second, it's to help environment in terms of making sure that the car seats are not ending up in the dumpster, because most of the such objects are very difficult to be recycled. They are not made just of one material. They are made of plastic, of metal, of fabric, and it's very complicated to be recycled. So we had to figure out a way in which we can combine protection of children with protection of environment. So we ended up with this project through which we transformed the baby shelves, for example, in high chairs for babies, and car seats for older children into gaming seats for children. The purpose is not to sell those products, but we want to organize a charitable event where we invite members of different areas of the society to auction and to raise money for this getting these objects, and the money to end up into a trauma center where the victims, children victims from road traffic accidents, are taken care of. In this way, we aim to close the circle of the car seat, and for those children who were not so fortunate by having parents who were aware that a car seat can really save the life, that car seat that was used before by another child will save the life of the baby that suffers in the hospital because of a bad decision of a parent. So in this way, environment will be protected, and the life of a child who it's the innocent victim of an accident, it's as well protected. So this is the aim and the purpose of this green project of Children Car Safety Foundation.
Thank you, Alice. I mean, it's a very good illustration of how, as we saw in the Stockholm Declaration, safety and sustainability go together. I mean, for all of those who are worried about sustainability, I say you can't have true sustainability without safety, but at the same time we need to think about the sustainable angle when we're doing safety. So another good example of that is the concern about the cars that are being exported from the European Union to the global south, particularly to Africa. These are often mean very polluting cars, meaning bad air quality where they're used, and you know, obviously a lot of greenhouse gases. They're also the least safe cars, so we need to find a way to make sure we're not, if you like, exporting our road safety problems, exporting our sustainable problems onto other places. So thank you very much for that answer. I think I'm right in saying, Thomas, we're close to announcing a winner. So I'd like to ask you to give one more big round of applause to all of our wonderful panelists. At the risk of sounding like just one of these wonderful panelists will be coming up in just a moment to receive the Jacques Barrot Award, but thank you very much. Please come down to the audience now. It's my huge pleasure at this stage to invite Elena Contura, who is the member of European Parliament, who's going to say a few words and is going to announce the winner of the Jacques Barrot Award. Those of you who don't know her, and I'm sure there are not many of you out there, Elena is a friend of road safety and a leader on road safety, not least because of her huge work and the work of her team as rapporteur, or as our European word for the pen holder, the person who really put the report together, on a very important and welcome European Parliament report on road safety. So Elena, it's a great honor that you've joined us today. I'd like to give you the floor to say a few words, and then we can announce the lucky winner. Elena Contura, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Matthew. I would like to congratulate this year's winner for their services to our society, for making roads safer, and above all, for saving lives, and importantly, the lives of young people. I have noticed that this year's winner have been awarded for their work with the young people and infants. This work is extremely important as more than 16,000 young people in the European Union killed in roads crashes in 1 year. Unfortunately, nobody is safe until everybody is safe, drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. There are no more excuses because we already know what kills on the road. Speed, alcohol consumption, bad infrastructure, breaking the law, and even getting away with it. On October 6, the European Parliament adopted the report I proposed, laying down its position on the next steps towards Vision Zero. It's an ambitious roadmap on what needs to be done in Europe for the next decade. The report reaffirms the goal to reduce by 50% until 2030 and builds on the policy framework for the next decade, but also put forward by the European Commission, making concrete proposals. European leadership in road safety is essential if we want to make real progress, not only because we need strong legislation, but also because the performance of member states is really diverse. It is very important to close this gap through the added value of European action. We have seen the benefits of having a European coordinator for road safety, a role that is filled by Mr. Baldwin in the most inspiring and effective way. And we worked really, really great, and thank you, Matthew, for this. It is time to be bold and go further. The European Parliament demands a new agency for road transport to lead efforts to achieve our goal all over Europe. The report also confirms the importance of correctly implementing the safe system approach, making road infrastructure safer, making vehicles safer not only for drivers and passengers but for all roads users, using the roads in a safer, responsible way, and improving emergency response. And last, creating a framework fit for future mobility trends. To name just a few proposals, we ask for a zero-tolerance policy on drink and drunk driving everywhere in Europe. A European recommendation for safe speed limits, and more specifically 30 kilometers per hour in cities, as well as next generation intelligent speed assistance to make sure that speeding will be virtual impossible. The report contains many important proposals, and I would like to urge all the Road Safety Charter community to use it to put pressure to national governments, but also the European Commission, because, as I said, European leadership is the key. On this last note, I would like to thank you all for voting for the Jacques Barrot Award, and your votes, I think, they have been counted, and I'm very pleased to announce the winner, which I don't know yet.
I have it in my hand.
Of this Public Choice Award, okay.
And you can read it out.
Okay. The European Commission presents the Jacques Barrot Prize to Fundatia Siguranta Auto 𝐶𝐿. As recognition of their outstanding road safety initiatives. Like this.
May I join you?
Let's take a picture.
Congratulations again. Would you like to say a few words?
thank you once again. It's very unexpected, and I'm once again out of speechless. For Romania, I think this prize is extremely important because, as I told you in my initial speech, one of the main reasons why children are dying in road traffic accidents is that lack of usage of car seats. But another reason why children are dying, and that we are tackling now, Matthew, it's lack of education in terms of pedestrians. So another project that we launched and that we are very happy to develop throughout 2022, it's educating children from kindergarten and children from schools how to be good pedestrians, how to learn how to cross the street, how to use the bicycle, the tricycle, and how to become responsible road users. Doesn't matter in which position, as pedestrian, bicyclist, users of tricycle, or passengers in the car. So in this way, we expect that in the next reports that you will receive, Romania will not be there on the first place, but just in first place with other good things, not in such in great position.
Well, congratulations on a worthy winner, and thank you for those remarks at the end about the importance of keeping our children safe on the roads. It's really so important. Elena, you've inspired us with your wonderful speech. Thank you very much for joining us again to present the awards. That's been marvelous. Congratulations not just to Alice and her team, but all the winners once again. We really look forward to these projects having a lasting impact on our road safety, and I'm sure that they are going to inspire many more people and organizations to help keep us all safe. Indeed, I hope that many more organizations will join the European Road Safety Charter. Avail yourself of the possibilities to network, to build a new, real road safety community locally, nationally, and across all of our European borders. Thanks to everyone here on site, as well as our online audience. Thanks again to you, our audience, for staying with us live throughout this. I now have a choice. You can stay in the hop-in platform for up to 1 more hour to network between yourselves. That's the whole spirit of the European Road Safety Charter. Here in Brussels, we're going to have a drink. Thanks very much for joining us, everyone. Huge big applause for our winners once again. Thank you for watching.